Isabel. I'm a 22-year-old research master's student, educational sciences from the Netherlands, and welcome to A Life of Learning. On this channel, I share both my educational knowledge and my personal experiences to help you be the best, healthiest, and happiest student you can be. So make sure to subscribe if that is something you are interested in. So today I wanted to share with you a number of apps that have changed my life over the past few months. I have changed up quite a lot of my productivity systems since the start of the school year, which led me to start using quite a lot of new apps or find new ways in which I could use apps that I was already using. And some of these have really helped me to be more organized and happy and healthy. So today I wanted to share my favorite ones with you, and let's for once not make this intro way too long and just get into it. So let's start with the apps that I probably use most on a daily basis, which are Todoist and Google Calendar. And yes, I know these are two separate apps and not just one, but the reason why I love these apps too much is that you can have a two-way sync between them. So although separately I have never really found them life-changing, together they literally form the best free of charge organizational system that I have ever encountered in my life. So I already made a very long video explaining exactly how it works and how you can set it up. So definitely make sure to watch that video if that is something you are interested in. But basically I set up this two-way sync in such a way that whenever I enter a task in Todoist and schedule it at a certain time, it immediately pops up in my Google Calendar at that time, color-coded according to what area of my life the task belongs to. And whenever I notice that something in my planning needs to be changed, I can easily move the time slot to a new time in Google Calendar, and then the time in Todoist will automatically be updated. And the reasons why I love this so much is that, one, I don't need to immediately come up with a time slot for every task that I want to schedule like I would have to do if I used only Google Calendar. Because in Todoist I can also just add a task without immediately scheduling it, and then it will just pop up in my Todoist overview and I can schedule it in my Google Calendar later. And two, it allows me to time block time in my calendar to work on a certain task without having to manually copy the tasks from my Todoist and put them in my Google Calendar. So yeah, although I would not call these apps separately life-changing, I definitely feel like the integration between the two apps has really allowed me to have a better overview of all of my tasks, which has saved me a lot of time and made me a lot more productive. So next up is my most recent discovery and really one of the coolest meditation apps ever, and that is Balance. And yes, sadly this is not sponsored, but I really love this app. And what is so cool about Balance is that it creates personalized meditations based on information that you give the app. So I have been trying to build a meditation habit for a while now because I've struggled a lot with stress and anxiety over the past years. And the reason why I struggled so much to form this habit is that I did not always want to do the exact same meditation, but I also experienced a lot of decision fatigue trying to choose a new meditation every time that I wanted to meditate. And Balance solves both of these issues for you because it creates a new personalized meditation for you every day. So you never have to do the same meditation twice, but you also don't have to scroll through thousands of options trying to find a meditation that you like. And another thing that I really like about Balance is that it really actively teaches you meditation related skills. And it also gives you points every time that you practice a certain skill, so you can really see how your skills develop over time. And for me, that just works really motivating. So yeah, this app has definitely helped me to make meditation a daily habit. And I noticed that this has really been helping me to reduce my stress and anxiety. And the absolute best thing about this app is that the basic version is completely free, and it gives you a daily personalized meditation and access to a limited number of themed meditations that are also slightly personalized. And you can also get it for free for 1 year using the link in the description box. Again, this is not sponsored, but this is just a link that the app shares with you that you can then share with your friends or people on social media to encourage them to use the app as well. But definitely feel free to use that link if you want to try Balance out, because I really think it's an amazing app for everyone that wants to build a meditation habit. So before we continue, make sure to share your own favorite apps in the comments below, because I always love to find out about new apps, and I think that other people reading the comments would really like this too. So another app that has really changed my life is the app Samsung Notes. And I think a lot of you already know that I use this app for all my academic notes, because I really like how it allows you to shuffle everything around and take neat notes very effortlessly. And recently I also started using a dark background for all of my notes, and I have really been liking it because I feel like it is way more calming on the eyes. My notes really stand out from the paper, and I feel this type of notes is a lot easier to achieve with digital notes than with paper. And another thing that I really like to use this app for is to annotate PDFs. I have to do a lot of readings for my classes every week, and because I usually have to write essays about what I read, I really like annotating the papers so that I can easily find back interesting parts of it when I'm writing my papers. And the straight highlighter option makes it really easy to neatly highlight all the relevant passages. And it is very easy to change from the highlighter to a pen to make additional annotation. And you can also use the search function to find a specific word in a PDF, which is really helpful, especially for things like take-home exams. So something else, which is not really an app but a new functionality of the most recent iOS version, is focus modes, because it has made it so much easier for me to not constantly be distracted by my phone while I am studying. Because basically it allows you to temporarily turn off push notifications. So whereas the old do not disturb just made sure that you couldn't hear any sounds from your notifications, you can now use focus modes to not even see the notifications pop up on your screen. So if you pick up your phone, you cannot even see anymore if you got messages or not. So you cannot be distracted by this. And I really love this, especially because my university requires me to use two-factor authentication with my phone. So I constantly have to have my phone next to me to be able to log in to all of the university services that I use. But now I can just use my phone for the two-factor authentication without being distracted by all the other messages that I have received. And I also love to turn on the focus mode when I am sleeping. Not the sleep focus mode though, because that immediately ends after your alarm goes off, which I really don't like, because I don't want to wake up and then have all my messages appear again. Because not being able to see the messages that I have received when I pick up my phone in the morning makes me a lot less inclined to immediately check all those messages or go through social media. And instead I can now just open an ebook and read it without being distracted. And the great thing is that you can set multiple focus modes for multiple different situations in your life, and you can completely customize the limitations that there are on your notifications. So you can really completely customize it to whatever you need. So the final app that has changed my life recently is Notion. And before you click away because you already know about Notion, I had already used it for a while, but it just never really worked for me. But I think that recently I have found out why this is the case. And that is that I just used it for the wrong purposes. At first I tried to use it to manage my tasks and events like I saw a lot of other people do, but I actually don't think that Notion is very well suited for this, because it does not have a great time blocking interface, it does not really support repeating events or tasks, and that really made me struggle to like Notion, even though I felt like I had to like it because everyone else was. But recently I moved my tasks and events to Google Calendar and Todoist, and I started to use Notion for all my ideas, my bigger plans, events, my YouTube scheduling, and just as a general place to store information like my master CV, for example. And this has really made me fall back in love with Notion because I feel that is just what Notion does best. And now that I'm finally using Notion for the right things, I really feel like it is indeed the life-changing thing that everyone makes it out to be. So those were all the apps that I feel have changed my life in these past months. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to give it a like if you thought it was helpful so that others might find it as well. And make sure to share it with your friends who might also want to see it. Let me know in the comments if you have any requests or tips. And also don't forget to share what your favorite apps are. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me. Thank you again for watching, and I wish you lots of love and a life of learning.